Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we're going to be talking about how today could be a vitally important day for the potential release of Grand Theft Auto 6, if you want to believe former Rockstar Games boss Dan Houser, because he had something very interesting to say that we're more than likely going to find out at the end of today, which again is a very important date for the entire world, not just the Rockstar Games community, because today is November 3rd, 2020. It's election day here in the United States. And back in 2018, Dan Houser, who at the time was one of the co-founders of Rockstar Games, said something very interesting about Grand Theft Auto 6. So on October 24, 2018, right before the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, Dan Houser did an interview with GQ magazine, not only talking about Red Dead Redemption 2, but also life inside Rockstar and how the games are created. So according to GQ, Dan Houser is thankful he's not releasing Grand Theft Auto 6 in the age of Trump. It's really unclear what we would do with it, let alone how upset people would get with whatever we did, says the co-founder of Rockstar Games. Both intense liberal progression and intense conservatism are both very militant and very angry. It is scary, but it's also strange, and yet both of them seem occasionally to veer towards the absurd. It's hard to satirize for those reasons. Some of the stuff you see is straightforwardly beyond satire. It would be out of date within 2 minutes. Everything is changing so fast. So that was Dan Houser's quote in 2018, right before the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, on why he's very happy that GTA 6 is not releasing right now. And essentially the reason he said that is because the politics of America, which is what Grand Theft Auto is based off of, a parody of America, is so insane right now. It's scary, it's strange, it's veering towards the absurd, that they wouldn't even know what to do in terms of how they could make a proper parody of America. And that's why he said at the time he was thankful that their next game was Red Dead Redemption 2, which was taking place in a period in the past where they already knew things that had occurred. Because it's more than likely that GTA 6 would take place in the present day, just like the last two Grand Theft Auto games have taken place in, GTA 4 and Grand Theft Auto 5. And politics is certainly something we don't talk about a lot here on the channel unless it specifically revolves around the world of Rockstar, Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, whatever the case might be. But because today is election day, if you want to take Dan Houser's words at face value, that means today, if the results go one direction, there's a chance that Rockstar could say, hey, we're not releasing Grand Theft Auto 6 until after the next election cycle, which would be in 2024. Now, do I really believe that Rockstar is going to alter their business plans just because one person is elected over another? The answer is I don't really know. Keep in mind that both Rockstar and their parent company Take-Two Interactive deal in the business of billions, and I can only imagine that they are connected to the politics that happen not only throughout the world, but especially in the United States, not only with the business decisions that they make, but also potentially some of the things they do inside of their video games, which could be directly related to the business decisions that they make, ultimately with announcements, release dates, etc. And 2020 has certainly been a very volatile year when it comes to not only the pandemic that everyone worldwide has been dealing with, but also a ton of other issues that, have been going on every single day. So there's been a handful of things that Rockstar have had to balance, not only in the real world sense, but in the video game sense. So that's why today could be a very interesting day, again, if you want to take this quote for face value, that Dan Houser doesn't want to release GTA 6 in the age of the current U.S. presidency. Now, again, he could have just been being sarcastic a bit. He could have been pretty serious. Now, at the same time, we don't even know if this is going to matter because remember back in February 2020, Dan Houser announced that he was leaving Rockstar and that he ultimately left back in March. So he said all of those quotes, but now he's actually gone. So if he was the one who thought all of this, it doesn't matter anymore because he's no longer at the company. Unless, of course, what he thought was what everyone thought, including his brother Sam Houser, and they're still going with it. So just keep that in mind that the results of whatever happens today here in the United States and whatever occurs over the next couple of weeks, at the time, the current Rockstar Games co-founder said this would have an impact on when he would release the next Grand Theft Auto title. So again, just keep that in mind. Now, a couple of other interesting GTA 6 related news and stories that players have been asking me to cover. The first is that Grand Theft Auto 6 is appearing on Google. We've seen this on various video game listings where they've been putting like very, very early pre-orders up for GTA 6. And it looks like Google has done the exact same thing, because if you Google Grand Theft Auto and then the Roman numeral VI, you'll end up getting this thing on the side that Google does that like generates an autofill for like a game that currently exists. And so you'll see on the right-hand side of the screen, or if you're doing this on mobile devices, I'm sure it's directly at the top, but Google has like generated an auto version of Grand Theft Auto 6 where it says GTA 6 is the next chapter of the colossal GTA series. The game is currently under development by Rockstar Games, even though no official information about it has been released yet. And then it links to the very top article when you Google Grand Theft Auto 6. So just keep in mind when you see something like this, this is simply Google just auto-publishing its top results for something as big as a game like Grand Theft Auto. We've seen this for other titles. We've seen this for other movies, other type of media. So it's not something to get too overly excited about. It doesn't necessarily confirm anything that's going on from Rockstar. And speaking of things that are going on from Rockstar, fans are actually getting kind of upset, at least fans that are looking for GTA 6, because instead of Rockstar talking about not only things that aren't happening with their current games, like the expanded and enhanced version of GTA 5, the next updates for Grand Theft Auto Online, or Red Dead Redemption 2, or Red Dead Online, but for whatever reason, Rockstar has been in a pattern lately of highlighting like things that have been going on in the community, which, don't get me wrong, is cool, but when it's the only thing that Rockstar talks about, fans can seem to get a little upset. So on social media, Rockstar is highlighting things like GTA Online Player Job Spotlight, a high-speed, high-altitude game of Chicken by seasoned content creator 13 Trees Crash Circle, is guaranteed fun for large groups looking for a thrill in online on PC. So when I'm recording this video, that is the last thing they have talked about, I'm sure, since today is Tuesday. There's going to be a Red Dead Online newswire as well. But fans of Grand Theft Auto 6, not exactly happy with Rockstar just talking about like weird random jobs. Because if you go to those posts, pretty much every single response is going to be, where is GTA 6? Announce Grand Theft Auto 6 instead of this. You'll see a couple of posts from Red Dead Redemption 2 fans asking if they can fix John Marston in the next update. You also have a couple of people that are asking for Grand Theft Auto Online's new update and to hear information on that. But again, for the most part, people are just really only want to hear about Grand Theft Auto 6. And I think that has led to a little bit of the not so excitement for the other things that Rockstar have got going on, like Red Dead Online updates, GTA Online updates. I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people are not all that excited for the expanded and enhanced version of Grand Theft Auto 5, because even though at the end of the day that is really cool, just like Rockstar highlighting this player job spotlight, I think at the same time people also want to hear from Rockstar on what they're doing next. Now, to a degree, I can understand maybe why Rockstar is hesitant on announcing information, because look what's happened to CD Projekt Red, Cyberpunk 2077. That game has had delay after delay after delay, and CD Projekt Red has done a great job of talking about the game on social media and on Twitter, but now they're having to say, like, you know, we have another delay, we have another delay. And I don't know if Rockstar wants to go through all that back and forth and backtracking. It's certainly a fine line that they have to balance, but I understand maybe why they aren't talking about it. But it definitely has fans of GTA 6 definitely more frustrated because it's just been radio silence going on a handful of years now, and we don't know when we're going to hear anything from them. But anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about everything we discussed in this video today, like today potentially being the day that has a huge impact on the release date of GTA 6 and a whole lot more. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.